Hello everybody, I'm here with a PFAFF, okay, Creative 7570, made in Germany. The lady brought it to me and told me that the bottom wasn't sewing correctly and something was messing up, and it's a bottom feed, and I found that all this thread kept getting caught into like a little finger kind of thing that they have in these machines. Well, what happened, it was bent down, it was catching, so every time the thread would come up, it would catch and then just get wrapped around. So I sat there and slowly kept bending it back to where it was supposed to be at until I got it right. Now I have it sewing correctly. So, and then she had another issue with, this is how to open this up over here, was just this area here. Well, on this actual piece, there is a lever that's going into here, right here, when you turn this to make the clutch stop. Okay, make the machine stop running and run this only, has broken off in there somewhere, and I don't know where the piece is at. I thought I had it, but then I realized that's not the piece. So it must be down in there, and I can't go too far because the computer's here, and I'm not a tech, so I don't mess with these things. So I just said, well, it's broken, it won't fit. It doesn't go through the little hole in there and stop it. So I told her you could still run this, and so at the same time, you just have to watch it. This one comes and makes all kinds of really cool patterns. I didn't do any of them. I decided just to get the thing running and get it out of here because I got more sewing machines coming next week, and I really need to keep these things moving. And then the threads down here, she has another little thread pickup right here where she can actually put, a larger one here and then string it back this way and go back in here and put her bobbin in and lock it into there, okay? But she just has to watch it, okay? This one, I'm not sure. I guess it runs off of a computer. It says PCD. I don't know what that means. I didn't really read into the manual too much. I just wanted to learn how to basically run the machine. I know this is the reverse, and I'm not sure what all these do because I didn't really look them up, and I didn't mess around with it too much. I just did a lot of different, 3 different stitches. That's all I did to make sure the machine was sewing correctly. Let's see, we'll go ahead and turn it on. There's a little on button right here. I'm going to twist it on like this. Everything comes up on the screen. I changed out her batteries because the batteries were making the screen hard to read. And mostly that's what the batteries do. And I always put the head down when I'm going to let it go bye-byes because she's coming right now to pick it up. And I decided, well, I better get this video made. She said she didn't care if I did make a video or not. She said she didn't need to see it. The threader does work. I checked to make sure the threader worked. I make sure that the presser foot area was working correctly. Cleaned it all the way up in here, all the way down in here. Can't really go in this area. I can go up on top and look in, but I can't go in this area. But I have to, take my grounding material stuff where I hook it to here and then hook it to me to make sure I don't shock her machine. But other than that, the machine's running great. She didn't give me the part that slides over this way. I think she still has it. She just wanted to make sure this thing was working. And this was working up here, but I can't get that working because it's attached to the computer, and the computer tells, when this goes and clutches in. And I don't want to be messing around with something that's attached to a wire. It's like, same thing down here. This is attached. See how there's a wire in here? There's a sensor. And I cleaned the sensor off, even though it looks like it's dirty again, but then I've been running it. So, and that sensor tells what's going on. So, and this is how she drops her, to do darning or just do basic stitching. And if you just want to be moving it on her own, she could do that too. I know this is an embroidery sewing machine of some sort. I guess it has like a thing where she can plug it into a computer back here to be able to run things off her computer, which I don't really do that much in that kind of stuff, so I don't mess with it. To go and move these stitches up and down and back and forth is right here, just her selector area. I'm not sure how to change all the other stuff because I didn't really read into it. I just wanted to get this thing running perfectly for her. So, how to thread this, you want to thread even though this is a newer spool, you can thread from the back or the front on a newer one, but an older one you can't do that with. So you thread it from the back, what I usually do. And then I hooked it up this way, has arrows, comes this way. Make sure it's in the actual, make sure this is up right here. This comes up, then opens the chambers right here. These are your chambers. You want to make sure you want to go this way because that's where your tension is. You go this way, there's no tension. So you go this way, down this way, up this way. I'm going to see around an area in here, back down here into, oh, come on, focus for me, into this little guy right here. And then you want to put your foot down to start it. I'm going to put my foot on here. I should still sew with a needle down. And you have to control most of it with your feet, so, you know, I thought maybe this would run without one, but I guess it does if you have it set up for, like, doing major embroidery, but I don't have all that stuff with me, and then she must be doing it. Oops, forgot to cut my tails. Make sure you cut you guys' tails so you don't get them caught in the machine. So I was basically wanting to make sure this machine is running great. Pick up the foot, bring this around, and this is what we just got done stitching. And from this way to that way, it's stitching great down there. So everything's looking great. I don't see any issues. So let me get this thing back to where I had it. Like this. Now I'll have to hand wheel this down. So the hub's down. So you don't want to break the hub. The hub should go down. That keeps the hub from breaking. The needle will keep it in its right position so it doesn't bend it one way or the other. If you actually have been in a car accident or something and this part here is exposed, even though she has an actual box for it, and something hits it really hard, this keeps it from being moved. You can't even move with your hand. But if it's exposed and something hits it, it'll literally break it right up in there, and I can't fix that. You have to go back to the manufacturer and stuff. But the sewing machine is in good working order. I told her she could still use it. You just have to remember you don't have a clutch, so you might as well not even bother using that knob. It won't do anything unless you find a person that actually can go in. It's a tech to be able to go in there and move stuff and shut the computer down so the person doesn't, hurt the computer, and I can't really do that, so we're just not going to mess with that. Anyway, I hope you guys get something out of this. There's a lot of things you can do on these machines. You got to make sure you read your book. It talks about everything you need to know about this book, this sewing machine. It has all kinds of categories. You can get a download, but that would cost a fortune because I think there's like 200 and some pages of this one, I think, or close to it, and everything. It has like really cool designs and everything it can do. But anyway, it's going to go back today, so I'm not going to need to worry about it too much. I just want to let you guys see it and show you that I am still working on sewing machines. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am. Make sure, or if you even have one, tell me more about it, and to kind of help other people know a little bit more about it. Watch the questions. If anybody brings anything up, you might know something more about it than I do, and you guys can answer it for me, and I will try to answer it the best of my ability, which I can't say too much because I don't own one. I never owned a PFAFF in my entire life. I've worked on them. I've cleaned them, changed light bulbs, changed belts once in a blue moon, not very often. Data belts don't need to be changed on these things. They're really, really good and strong. But anyway, so have a blessed day. Like the video, comment down below if you have one or if you inherited one, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.